calling the bank. Now, when you are trying to find a bank to support accounts for your not-for-profit association, I don't want you to be too concerned about whether the bank does or doesn't. And calling up different banks to see whether they have or they will have accounts that support a not-for-profit is the best thing. Because I personally think it's great to have two different banks that have accounts for your not-for-profit. So you'll have two lots of accounts in different banks so that you can diversify. In case something happens in one bank, then you've got the accounts in another bank to transfer money across between both. Because I personally believe that diversification of your assets and your wealth is extremely important, and never rely on one banking institute, because just like a politician, they really can't be trusted at the end of the day. So you want to make sure that you're able to move and shift if need be. So when you are calling up the bank, you are literally figuring out whether they have accounts that will support a not-for-profit association. Now, the things that you want to ask for are if they have accounts that support unincorporated, unregistered, not-for-profit associations. No matter what it is that your association is about, they're the three main things that you want to find out. If they have accounts that support unregistered, unincorporated, not-for-profit associations. So write those three things down, and that is what you'll be asking for. So when I call up the branch, this is literally what I will say. Hi, my name is Blythe and I am the founder of a not-for-profit association. I'm ringing to see whether your bank will support accounts for my unincorporated, unregistered, not-for-profit association. And I'd love you to check that for me. And when they come back and they say, yes, of course, we have accounts that support that. Is it a business account? Then again, you'd say, I'm not sure what the account is, what you call the account. It's generally a community account or a community saver account. It's an account that is for a community solution, because that's what we do. We provide a solution to the greater community, and we need those accounts to have no fees, to have no interest, but no fees incurred, because we are a not-for-profit association. And then if they're a little bit uncertain, just say, look, if you could check for me with your manager, because I do want to make sure that you support unincorporated, unregistered, not-for-profit associations, and that your accounts won't incur any fees, because we are a not-for-profit association. So please double check that. Now, if they know what they're talking about, they will generally ask, you'll need to have all this paperwork set up, And that's what the paperwork, the documentation that we will have provided, all the documentation from us, and you are happy with it, and then set up your bank appointments. And you want to let them know that, yes, you have your minutes meeting, or sometimes they call it minutes of the meeting. You also have your articles of association, also known as a constitution, and you have, if you're in Australia, you have your ATO form as well, which allows you to be seen as a self-assessor. So that is what you will let the bank know that you have, and you are ready to set. And if they say that they do support unincorporated, unregistered, not-for-profit associations, then go ahead and make your bank appointment. Make it at a time where you and the other founder, or if you have multiple founders, make sure that all the founders will be there at that appointment. Now, if you already have accounts with the branch that you have rung and spoken to, then you possibly don't need to go into the branch, but whoever doesn't have an account with that bank will have to go into the branch and set up their verification. And we will need to show their verification. They'll need to show their license or their passport, their Medicare card, or anything like that, just to set up to get verified. And then there will generally be a phone call for setting up your accounts, but I'll do that in another video. So just make sure that all the founders will be able to be at that meeting. And if not every one of the founders has accounts existing already with that bank that you are getting set up with, then it's best for you all to go in at the one time and set up these accounts. But if all of the founders already have accounts with the branch, then they can just do potentially, I know this is the fact with NAB, then you can just make the appointment over the phone and you can set up your accounts over the phone. So it just depends on the bank that you are banking with.